welcome to Gyanjyoti online classes. Today we discuss about overview of Windows 10. This is the last in the books, means after 11th chapter completed. These things are there. That is some overviews what we have already know. So today we discuss about our overviews of Windows 10. While we are using a personal computer, if we are switching between the smart menu and the start screen, Windows 10 will automatically give us a start menu. But if we would to prefer a Windows 8 style start screen, then we can force our personal computer into a tablet mode. So there are some steps are there to switch to the start screen. For that, first we have to open setting from the start menu. So students, basically you have already used in Windows 10 or not. If you have used in Windows 10, then it is so easy to understood by you all. For that, first we have to open settings from the start menu, and after that click on the personalization and click on start button. After clicking on that, under start we will see an option to use full screen start when in desktop. In full screen start, the screen will display in the completely full screen. After that, click on the toggle to turn this option on, and we will now see a full screen start menu when we click on the on button window on the taskbar. When we click on the start menu, we can see the full screen. Now we will learn about personalizing the lock screen. How we can personalizing the lock screen. How we can personalize the lock screen. For that, first we have to click on the start button, then we have to click on settings and click on the personalization button. One personalization button is there. You can see here is the personalizing button. After this personalization, we have to click on lock screen. After clicking on the lock screen, it will change the lock screen, means there we can give some pictures or anything to the lock screen. Next we will learn about changing the color of the start menu, taskbar and Windows border. How we can change the border. Here you can see, click on the start screen, taskbar and Windows border. After that, we have to click on the settings. This is the setting window. After clicking on setting, click on the personalization button. The personalization window will appear. This is the personalization. When we click on that, this is the personalization window. After that, go to the color and choose an accent color. Here is one color option. When we choose the color option, the accent color will come, and after that we have to choose the color what we want to that. And when we can also choose to have an accent color chosen automatically from our background image. And if we want to start menu and start screen to be brightly colored, then we can change from that accent color. And if this option is turned off, the start menu taskbar and action center will be dark gray, but titles will be colored in the accent color. We can also choose to make the start menu or start screen transparent. So you can see, after choosing the color, the screen will be like this. Next we discuss about overview. Now we discuss about overview of Microsoft Excel 2013. So Excel 2013 is similar to our Excel 2010, and we have known the use of Excel 2010. So Excel 2013 should feel familiar, means because of 2010 and 2013 Excel, that things are almost equal. So now we discuss about the Excel interface. What is the Excel interface? Excel interface. So in Excel interface, when we open Excel 2013 for the first time, the Excel screen will appear and we will be able to create a new workbook and choose a template and access our recently edited workbooks. So all the things we do on Excel 2013. So what we can do? First we have to create a new workbook and we can choose a template and we can access our recently edited workbooks. So from the Excel start screen, locate the select blank workbooks to access the Excel interface. Means you know how we can create one blank document in Excel. We have to choose that blank document for creating new workbook. Next is our Microsoft Excel features. So what are the features in Microsoft Excel? Features. So what are the features? First is our the title bar. This is the close-up view of the title bar where file information is located and it shows the name of the file and the name of the program. We will be able to name the file something new and the first time that we save it. And 3 buttons on the right side of the title bar controlling the size and the closing of the program. These 3 are in the right side of the title bar. These 3 buttons are available. First is title bar, second is controlling the size, and third is closing the program. The next is the ribbon menu system. What is the ribbon menu system? The tab ribbon menu system will how we navigate through Excel and access various Excel commands. So if we have used previous version of Excel, the ribbon system replaces the traditional menus. So at the bottom or left area of the spreadsheet, we will find worksheet tabs. By default, one worksheet tab appears each time to create a new workbook, but we can add more by clicking on plus icon. One plus icon is there, and if we want to add if we want to add more workbook, then we can use the plus icon. And on the bottom right area of the spreadsheet, we will find page view commands, the zoom tool, and the horizontal scrolling bar. So the next is the file menu. MS Excel 2007, there was something called as Microsoft Office button in the top left hand side. So Microsoft Office 2010 and later this has been replaced with the tab in the ribbon called as file. So when we left click on the tab, one drop down menu will appear, and from this menu we will perform the same function as were found under the Microsoft Office button menu. Like we can create a worksheet, we can open one Excel, and we can print the files, and also we can save the files. Next is our quick access toolbar. On the top left hand side of the title bar, we will see several little icons above the file menu, and let us perform some common tasks such as saving and undoing, and without having to find them in a menu. Next is our get started quickly. So templates do not do most of the setup and design work for us, and so we can focus on our data when we open Excel 2013. We will see the templates for budgets, calendars, forms, and reports and more. Next is our instant data analysis. So the quick access analysis tools let us convert our data into a chart or table in 2 steps or less, and preview of data with conditional formatting, spratlines, charts, and makes our Next is our one workbook, one window. In Excel 2010, each workbook has its own window, making it easier to work on two workbooks at the time, and it also makes life easier when we are working on two monitor. Means when we are working on two monitor, we can easily access that things. Now we discuss about new Excel functions. We will find several new functions in maths and trigonometry, statistical, engineering, date and time, lookup and reference, and logical and text function categories, and also new area few web service functions for referencing existing representational state transfer complaint to web service. One that is called REST. REST is representational state transfer. What is REST? It stands for It stands for representational state transfer. It stands for representational state transfer. And next is our save and share file options. Excel makes it easier to save our workbooks to our own online location like our free OneDrive and organization's Office 365 services. So it's also simple to share our worksheets with other people, no matter what device they are using or where they are. Everyone works in the latest version of the worksheet, and we can even work together in the real time. Means when we save the Excel files, we can also share the files online also and on offline also. Next is our overview of. Now we discuss about overview of Microsoft Access 2010. So web app is the new feature of Access 2013. An Access web page, an Access web app is a new type of database that you build in Access, then use the share with other as a SharePoint app in the web browser to build an app. So this is all we can done in Microsoft Access 2013. So we just select the type of data and we want to track, means which file we want to track. We can just select the type of data like contacts, tasks, projects, etc. And Access creates the database structure complete with view and let you add the edit data. Navigation and basic commands are built in, so we can start using our app right away. Next is our building an app. How we can build an app? So using our SharePoint server or Office 365 sites as a host, we will be able to build a polished browser-based database app under the hood. Access apps use SQL Server to provide the best performance and data integrity on the startup screen. Click on the custom web page, and we can when we click on the custom web page, we can build an app. Next is our table template. So quickly add table to our app using pre-designed table templates. Means by the help of table templates, it is a pre-designed table, so we can quickly use that table in our Microsoft Access. So if we are tracking tasks or search for task template, and click it. So if we are see the multiple table indicator next to be template, that means Access will add commonly used related tables of ours, so that we can start with a truly relational database. Access creates view for each table that display data from related tables. So next is our external data. Import data from Access desktop databases, Microsoft Excel files, ODBC, data source, text files and SharePoint list. These all things are our external data. Next is our opening in a browser. When we have done designing, do not look for a compatibility checker or a publish button. Our app is already live. Just click on launch app. When we already our app has built, then we can only click on launch app. The next is the action bar. The built-in view have an action bar with buttons for adding, editing, saving and deleting items, and we can add more buttons to this bar to run any custom macros we built, or we can remove buttons and we don't want people to use. What we don't want to use, we can delete that things also. Next is our related items control. The related items control provides a quick way to list and summarize data from a related table or query. Click on the item to open a detailed view for that item. Next is our autocomplete control. A autocomplete control looks up the data from the related table and it is instantly complete the control. So students, this is all about our Microsoft Access 2010. Just go through the